Hey everybody, it's Leroy with Leroy Gaming with your Outriders patch update for Thursday, July 15th. In today's update, we got some bug fixes. We have improved connections for the Xbox. And are we witnessing the rise of the Borealis Monarch finally? Maybe, maybe not. Find out about all this and more right after this. Alright guys, we're going to jump right into things and take a look at the patch highlights for today. So big things here, important patch release info. We're going to be looking at the patch note. There's actually a demo update as well for those of you that maybe are seeing this and haven't tried the game out. And we're going to look at updates on some of the ongoing issues that are still being worked on currently. So let's start by talking about an update they gave to us on the patch and its status based on what they had mentioned on Tuesday. So, in case you missed it on Tuesday, while testing this patch, they came across a couple of crashes. Community discussion indicated that these issues appear for the most part to already be present in the game. So, it sounds like they didn't really come to the forefront until just a lot of people experienced it. Maybe internally they weren't really catching it very often. It makes sense that they only have so many testers. We had probably just been dealing with it and thinking of it as yet another bug, but it was new to them. The good news is at least it's on their radar now. So what they're basically saying is we're therefore releasing the patch and with the knowledge that these issues exist and a belief that this patch will not introduce them. There is a risk, however, that the patch may increase the frequency of one or both of these issues, but that is something we will only be able to determine with data analysis after the patch release. Please do also be sure to let us know if you experience an increased crashing following the patch. Fixes for these issues are already being worked on to be implemented at the next available opportunity. So again, players be warned. Even though they said they shouldn't make things worse, it may make things worse. So we'll find out, and time will only tell. We'll be able to probably know really quickly because I'm sure there's going to be posts or videos about it if it does get worse. Okay, so let's look at the key patch notes. First, improve the faster signbox in Xbox sign-in process. They want us to let us know if it gets better. So for those of you working on Xbox, make sure to comment. Inputting matchmaking to reduce the chance of matching with an AFK player. You know, it says players that are AFK, not interacting with the game for more than 2 minutes, will be automatically removed from the matchmaking queue. That's good. Interacting with NPCs or configuring skills, mods, or build is not considered AFK behavior, though being inactive for 2 minutes plus while being in a menu or dialogue option is. Basically, the way I read this is as long as you're moving your mouse around and clicking on things, you're fine. You don't have to be literally moving your character. You do have to be interacting with the game, which makes sense, but they just wanted to point that out. They have improved the visibility of Broodmother's Surge Eerie attack, the blue flames, which is good. They finally fixed, and this is big, fixed the bug whereby Scrap Grenade would stop working after cinematics or when rejoining a session. So for those of you that were using the Scrap Grenade mod, this is huge. This has been going on since release, and it made, even though the Scrap Grenade mod is amazing for certain builds, this made it really, really not fun when you could basically have your build break mid-run and kind of ruin your times. Now, I have great news and also bad news for Technomancer. So, they resolved an issue of the Technomancer Borealis set and changed its description to match its new behavior. But there's a catch, we'll get to in a second. So the new description is increases damage on frozen enemies by 90%. Also, critical hit damage is increased by 10% for all party members for 8 seconds after cold snap usage. Basically, the big difference is it is now increased damage instead of increased weapon damage. This is big because this is damage from all sources. Before, it would only increase your gun damage. Now it's going to increase that bullet damage. It's also going to increase your turret damage. If you have a mod, it's going to increase mod damage. This is huge. This is a gigantic buff. It is going to be great no matter what kind of build. If you have a firepower build, awesome. If you have an AP build, awesome. That's all good news. But there is some bad news. So, important. While we have resolved one problematic aspect of the set, we very recently discovered a second underlying issue that can still cause the full 90% set bonus to stop working when in combat. I wish they had mentioned what it was, because it's kind of hard to tell in a moment what's, if your damage is going up. I mean, you'll notice it, but it's not like an icon pops up. So it'd be nice if they mentioned to us what that underlying issue is, but nevertheless, they're saying unequipping and re-equipping the set can help temporarily resolve this issue. We apologize for this confusion. Already working on a resolution to the second issue. I hope this gets resolved in the next patch. We've been waiting way too long, so this is a bit of a bummer. With that being said, I mean, this looks like it's high on their list of to-do, and that increase to damage by 90% as opposed to just weapon damage is a big plus. Fix the bug that could cause Trickster Hunt the prey to get stuck on activation. That's good. Fix the bug where bleed status from the armor mod Bloody Crush would not be inflicted on the enemy's hit with Gravity Leap skill. So that's actually good. Fix the bug where the Devastator's Blood Donation class node wouldn't work if the player didn't have other active skill life leech nodes or mods. I talked about this last week. Most people don't have this issue because you'll be stacking some skill life leech or have at least one source either through the skill tree or in your gear. But for those people, for whatever reason, didn't have any of that, it wasn't working. Now at least you can just get that 20-some% healing just from your bleeds. Clarified the description from Ravenous Locust mod. Fix the bug where dismantling an item might not have displayed a mod preview. Fix an issue that would cause the Instinct Accolade to not properly unlock client for players. Fix the issue that could cause players to not get the proper words if they complete an expedition during the final seconds of the reward tier. And other bugs and Clarash fixes. Now, what I'm not seeing here, which makes me sad, is they were working on the Despair mod, which is for Devastators. It's one of the mods for your leaping ability. And that was supposed to get fixed. It doesn't look like it's been fixed. We'll see if it's mentioned under the still working on section. So that's a bit of a bummer. There's also a tweak and rebalance to the Pyromancer Healthy Lifestyle mod. So they're saying this change should improve the survivability when channeling the skill. So the new description, it says Phaser Beam, obviously related to the Phaser ability. Boost your health regeneration X for the skill duration. The old one was that you would boost your health regeneration for X by X for Y seconds after the skill ends. So the big difference is now you get the health generation while using the abilities. This is a charge up ability, so you charge it up and use it. You're kind of stationary when you're casting it. So it's supposed to help you survive while you're casting it as opposed to recovering from damage after the cast. So they're saying it should help. Demo update. The Outrider demo has been updated so that fixed the list improvements are now in line with our 22nd of June patch. So it looks like the demo used to be just out of date, and so now it should be a little bit more balanced for new people trying it out. So that's always good. And it says the demo no longer requires Square Enix membership registration in order to play. So if you know anyone who is holding off the demo due to this reason, please do let them know. I mean, okay, I get it. Some people want the minimal barrier entry. They don't want to sign up for anything. I get it. So there you go. Ongoing issues. State of Stadia. Let's talk about Stadia for a second. Stadia still needs to be brought in line with other platforms regarding the fixes, bug resolution, and cross-play support. I don't think Stadia, as far as I know, a very popular platform for this. But they're continuing to work on this. But it looks like they're definitely getting a short end of the stick. Stuck at 99% accolade progress. So if you're trying to 100% this game, they're still working on it. So here it is. They're saying Technomancer Boreas set 90% bonus can stop working during combat. And they're just restating that they're working on this. Matchmaking privacy setting may set themselves to open without input from players. Lovely. Especially if those of you are trying to avoid to play with hackers and cheaters, which there are a lot of apparently. So do check that if you want to make sure that you're playing with only friends or by yourself. I guess we have to keep checking our settings. Certain enemies, especially alphas, may break out of frozen CC as soon as they are damaged. So I have noticed this. It's interesting. I think this is brand new to the list. And I noticed this and I thought, well, maybe they're just immune, but apparently not. Apparently this isn't going to happen. Xbox problems related to sign-ins. This is one of our top priorities and something we continue to investigate. So some of these issues are going to be fixed already in this patch, but not everything. Game stutters while multiple crawlers are on screen, in particular during certain exhibitions. Yes. This is on the Scorched Lands, I know, is a big one of this, where this pops up. And I noticed this where I'm running like 70, 80, 90 frames a second. And all of a sudden, you get this frames per second stuttering. Like, what? I've actually died during one of these before. So this is good that they've noted this, and this is going to hopefully get fixed. Certain mods not working, particularly when client during multiplayer sessions. Yep. We still have the players dying while a shield is active. They're still working on Trickster. Hunt the Prey does not turn the player towards the enemy's back sometimes while aiming down sights immediately after activation. Trickster's Venerator Knife may target wrong enemies still. Here it is. Yeah, Devastator Armor mod. Despair doesn't increase anomaly damage consistently. And again, they were hoping to have it done with this patch, but apparently they haven't. So that is a big bummer. Devastator skills may have inconsistent damage output, particularly when using Bleed and Moaning Winds combo. So this is when we're talking about Devastators, since they have all the mods for increasing damage on mods, enemies that are bleeding. You can easily get 75 to 95% damage increase, and this is apparently not working consistently. A Devastator set bonus ends after 8 seconds, which is not stated in the description. I don't know why they just can't update the kind of, description of the items. So maybe it's running out of time. That's not its priority, but this doesn't sound like it's a bug. It's a visual bug. And that journal entries pickups not appearing on secondary characters. Damage block stats on expedition results can occasionally appear inconsistent and abnormally low, but this is a visual issue only. And finally, a cutscene during the mentor questline may not trigger, meaning players cannot progress past this point. So this never impacted me, but I could imagine this would be a big issue if you ran into this. And your temporary workaround is in the lobby, change your story checkpoint to earlier one, then reattempt the quest. Basically, they're making you reset things. So that's everything for the progress. Some good progress. Hopefully this doesn't make the patch worse. The biggest thing I was looking for, unfortunately, was the Borealis Monarch set fixes, which is better, but maybe not. And obviously, as you may have seen, the Despair mod. Sadly, we are still in despair about the Despair mod, but hopefully this gets fixed early next week or maybe by next Thursday. So we shall see. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Remember, if you want to join our community, if you're looking for a Outriders community that does not cheat, does not promote hacking and cheating, make sure to check out the Leroy Gaming Discord. Also, if you want to come and join us on a stream that is anti-hacks, anti-cheats, do join us on twitch.tv/Leroy Gaming Stream .tv. And if you like this channel, you like this content, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like the sweet swag I'm wearing, if you like the mugs, you want to support the channel, and while also getting something cool, make sure to check out our merch store in the description below. Love to hear your comments on the patch notes, and I will see you guys in the next video.